Nerderotic.com.
Welcome back to the Nerderotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from Nerderotic.com. A quick update on the Anas Abdin Tardigrades Star Trek Discovery lawsuit. We got some good news. And at first, I thought we got some bad news. I don't know much about the law, but I had heard in one of my live streams, by the way, my voice is shot because I just came off a 2.5-hour live stream, that CBS and the judge had required Anas to show when CBS actually stole it, which would be insane. How could you do that? How could you prove when somebody actually stole something? People would be plagiarizing left and right if that was a requirement, and maybe it is sometimes. I don't know, but it turns out that's not the case. Let's go to Anas's blog. Anastronaut, blogspot.com. Link will be in the description. Discovery ordered for Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery claims for frivolous lawsuit has no steam. Nice choice of words there, Anas. Yesterday, January 8th, the judge had a pretrial hearing in her courtroom with all lawyers involved. The meeting resulted in very positive outcomes that help find the truth and serve justice. The defendant's request to dismiss the case based on it being a frivolous claim was not entertained by the judge. Yes. And then he says the defense tried to make arguments that he said that he owned the rights to the real-life tardigrades. I never claimed that. And no, you haven't. That's ridiculous. They're trying everything. I think you got something here, buddy. The judge set the timeline for summary judgment motion, which means that the defendant's attempt to dismiss the case is limited to actual legal defects instead of generic claims. You know, it's amazing Anas can talk about it this much, but unless the judge tells him not to, it's actually a really smart move. This is going to force CBS to play ball with him because nobody's reporting on this. The only media source that I have to give them credit is the Metro. And I've done a video on this before. Please go see my lawsuit video, which I will link in the description. And it gives full details of the lawsuit. And it's also the most recent interview he has given. And hopefully someday we can get Anas on our channel. The judge also gave us Discovery. Now, this is what we really want, but I doubt we'll hear much about it till later. Maybe. I don't know. Which means that we can request and the defendants are compelled to provide information to support our case. The discovery order was only one-sided, which means that the defendants cannot request information from us. So what I heard earlier today, which is erroneous, thank God, is that Anas would have to prove that CBS stole it. Well, or at the time, prove the moment it was stolen. That's what I heard. No, there's no way you can do that. I think there's a lot of proof that CBS stole it. I think there's enough proof CBS stole it. Finally, the judge granted us the third amended complaint as of right. This means we no longer need the expressed permission from the defendants to file the third complaint, which would be ridiculous. So everything is moving forward as Anas has planned. This is not looking good for CBS. They have already admitted the tardigrade was stolen, in my opinion. By them coming at Anas and say, we promise not to use the tardigrade, I think that's sort of an admission. Just my opinion. They have also said they wouldn't sue Anas. That was the only deal, by the way, they had offered. They had pushed him off for months. Anas also gave an update on Thursday, January 3rd. Siena Safar. Or Seen Zafar. I don't know. Yesterday, January 2nd, 2019, a joint letter was sent to the judge. The defendants are trying to dismiss the case. First, they were defending themselves by saying that I'm trying to own copyrights to the real microscopic tardigrade. I have never claimed by any means that I own the rights to the real-life microscopic tardigrades. Now they are saying I cannot copyright enlarged tardigrades in space. The creatures in the game are huge tardigrades, blue-lit and being the research subject by a blonde botanist, of which later will be used to facilitate instantaneous space travel. I've been posting development updates on my blog, Steam, AGS forums, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube since May 2014, and I have always engaged with comments and discussions with fans and friends. The defendants are trying to emphasize on the few elements from their show that were not taken from my work. We dug up an old case which has an interesting line. No plagiarist can excuse his wrong by showing how much work he did not pirate. That is from Sheldon versus Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. The defendants are also trying to say that my original ideas would qualify as scenes of fire. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but forgive me. like when a sci-fi story includes a starship, a space captain, an engineer, a science officer, and an alien. However, the expression of these characters, as in facial features like pointy ears and ridged foreheads, are protected. Mattel versus Goldenberg. So according to the defendants, a blonde botanist doing research on a giant blue tardigrade to be used in space travel should be a common trait in science fiction movies, just like fast draw scenes and bar fights in Western movies. I might add, a blonde botanist working on a giant blue tardigrade that's also in an interracial gay relationship, which maybe should be a common trait or not seen as unusual someday, but it's not right now, let's be real. The distribution of my project before September 2017 is quite excellent too. Before September 17th, my YouTube channel had a total of 3.2 million views. The Tardigrades game in production thread on the AGS forum has 200,000 views and 500 comment replies, making it the top adventure game in production of all time. My blog here had 100,000 views. Tardigrades was also greenlit on Steam. For those of you who don't know what Steam is the biggest gaming platform on the net. Game developers post demos, alphas, even concepts to the Steam greenlit website. People start voting by answering this question: would you buy this game from Steam? After getting enough votes, the game gets greenlit, which means when its development is complete, Steam does some arrangements to host and sell the game on their massive platform. Note that there are several old Star Trek games on Steam even prior to 2014. Funny thing is, they may have voted for Tardigrades. And you see here a picture of that blonde botanist who works on the giant blue tardigrade in the interracial gay relationship. But it's a coincidence. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Listen, folks, we need to protect small creators, small game creators, small filmmakers. Plagiarism has become a pastime in Hollywood, and this cannot stand anymore. We are in more communication with each other now than ever. Thank God for the internet. And yes, thank God for social media. And yes, thank God for YouTube. And this is how we can fight these giant companies who are screwing over the little guy, especially when you have a wonderful old IP like Star Trek and you have to steal something to get an idea for it, allegedly. That is pathetic, CBS. At this point, we should think about a Star Trek Discovery boycott, but I think that's already happening. According to some of my sources, the subscription numbers have flatlined. Now, you can do what you want, but you have to pay to get it, and you have to pay to get something that's stolen. The only good news is you might be paying Anas Abdin. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. More Doctor Who videos on the way, more Rotten Tomatoes videos on the way. You seem to love that stuff. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Please support Anas Abdin on Twitter. His Twitter handle is @AnasAbdin. And his blog spot, again, is anastronautblogspot.com. Link will be in the description. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.